What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Let me immediately summarize you the most recent earnings report by Nvidia, because this company just literally crushed it. It demonstrated us the numbers which thought previously were impossible to reach for already $100 billion market capitalization giants, yet they were still able to do it. Specifically, its revenue increased by 265% year over year. But this is even overshadowed by its increase in net income, which increased 768% year over year. These are the numbers which are maybe applicable for small cap companies, but not large, not huge cap companies. This is truly magic what they were able to do. Besides this, they did announce a stock split of 10-1, which basically means that right now the share price, at least at the moment of recording this video, is approximately $1,000 per share, which makes it a little bit unaffordable for regular investors. But well, you obviously can always buy some fractional shares, but some people, they think that, okay, Nvidia costs $1,000, that's way too expensive for me, unfortunately I cannot invest in this company. There is a trick, this stock split. Now after it is done, 10-1 stock split, the share prices will be costing, if the price remains the same, only $100, making it more attractive to new investors. And don't worry, if you do have Nvidia shares right now, you're not gonna just lose 90% of its value, no. They're just gonna simply reduce the value of your one share to $100 and give you 9 more. So your entire position will still be the same $1,000. And just one of the many factors, or at least one of the most important ones, why Nvidia skyrocketed its revenue and net income that much, it is because of the booming artificial intelligence industry. And reportedly, Nvidia controls approximately 90% of this market, so companies which need the software, hardware, they unfortunately, for them I guess, have to go to Nvidia, and Nvidia is forming some kind of monopoly on the market right now. That is why it is in full control of the price. Well, unfortunately for Nvidia, monopolies do not last long, so right now they are enjoying the benefits of what they do, but eventually it will come to an end. At least this is my personal opinion, and I have to disclose, guys, personally I do not invest in Nvidia. Okay, now let me give you another brief update of the crypto market, and guys, before I proceed, if you like this style of daily news updating, can you please simply like this video and subscribe to my channel, helps tremendously with my work. For this, thank you so much. And so yeah, to begin with, the Securities and Exchange Commission approved officially the Ethereum ETFs. We've been talking about this probability of this happening in the last couple of videos. I was estimating the probability of being 75+%. And well, at the moment of recording this video, once again, it did happen. This was a humongous trigger for the Ethereum price growth. Specifically on Monday, May 20th, the price went up by 19.1% in 24 hours alone. The reason for this it is because retail investors, they expect that as soon as institutional investors start buying Ethereums inside their ETFs, this will pull hundreds or if not billions of dollars into Ethereum, which will obviously make a disbalance between supply and demand, which will inevitably boost the price. So basically, retail investors are trying to be ahead of the curve. But wait, there is more. Another potential approval of a crypto ETF we might see in the near future, and this one is going to be based on Solana. We even have the CNBC interview, if you want to call it like this, when they do talk about this event probably happening in the near future. Because people, at least the ones who do know stuff about crypto markets, they do consider Solana already to be a part of the big three. Obviously, number one is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then the place number 3 goes to Solana. And just like with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF approval, if this thing with Solana ETF is also about to happen, I personally do expect the more or less same reaction from the crypto market. Though things, they can vary from time to time, so let's see. Personally, I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen. And just overall, speaking about the crypto markets, inside Bitcoin ETFs there was an inflow of $154 million last day, which is the 8th inflow day in a row, which once again confirms that yes, as soon as ETFs are approved, these are hundreds of millions of dollars going inside those ETFs potentially every single day. And then another interesting graph right here, which shows us that the number of crypto wallets which do have stable coins, which are these basically cryptocurrencies you use to buy some other cryptos. And one of the reasons why would you want to do it, it is because theoretically it does not trigger your taxes. Because when you buy Bitcoin, let's say, so for US dollars, and then you sell Bitcoin for US dollars, this, in case you made money, this triggers a tax. But if you use US dollars to buy stable coins like Tether, for example, and then use Tether to buy Bitcoin, then you make some money and you sell Bitcoin for Tether back, theoretically this does not trigger taxes just yet until you withdraw your Tether from the crypto exchange back into the US dollars. The reason for this, it is because as of right now, this transaction between Tether and Bitcoin is considered to be an in-class transaction. So basically you're exchanging one asset into another one, which is the same class of asset. And historically, whenever there was an increase in the number of crypto wallets which do hold stable coins, this was relatively a good sign for the near future for the stock market, for the crypto market in general. And ultimately, let's talk about potentially the best investments for 2024, which we can see right now on the commodities market. And this commodity is lithium. To begin with, right now, at least at the moment of recording this video, yes, the price of lithium might have rebounded approximately 20% since the beginning of this year, but it is still more than 500% away from its maximums in 2021. And yes, I do know that you cannot base your future decisions on past results, so this information is not relevant, but I'm not basing my justification, my assumptions, my conclusions solely on this factor alone. One of the things where lithium is used is inside batteries, and batteries, besides hundreds or thousands of different items, they're also used in the, electric vehicles. And you already know the craze of the world about going green, especially America, Teslas, Lucid, all these electric vehicles. China with a lot of their electric vehicles of their own. So lithium, let's call it, being conservative, will be, and right now is in pretty good demand. Whenever the lithium prices go down, the price for batteries go down, and by the way, batteries are one of the most expensive components inside the electric vehicle, which obviously brings the prices of the electric vehicles themselves down, which opens potentially more opportunities for being more competitive on the electrical vehicles market. Some other manufacturers, not that big ones, not like for example Teslas, they can no longer sell their cars at these low prices, and unfortunately they will have to go bankrupt. I'm sure you probably never even heard about dozens of those companies which went public, or like they created some cars, they couldn't make it, and then they went bankrupt in a couple of years. And then in return, what this creates next? This creates even more demand to the existing electric vehicles manufacturers, because simply now there's fewer suppliers. So they once again increase prices for their electric vehicles, which basically means this will also increase the price for the lithium, because everything is cyclical on the commodities market. Lithium, unlike regular companies, corporations, it cannot go bankrupt. Lithium price cannot go down to zero, it cannot be delisted, it cannot cease to exist. No, commodities will always cost at least something. It is estimated that the lithium market will be growing at approximately average pace of 15% per year all the way until 2028, but the electric vehicles market, on the other hand, will be growing approximately 30% per year on average until the very same 2028. So as you can see, there is a big discrepancy between supply and demand. Once again, lithium is a very big component inside electric vehicles, which basically means that supposedly, theoretically, according to these analysts' predictions, this discrepancy between supply and demand in lithium and electric vehicles should theoretically boost the lithium prices as well. Which basically means that approximately by the end of 2030, the electric vehicles industry, and just in general green industry, will be developing a little bit faster than the regular market economy in general. And if we keep the current pace of lithium of approximately 15% per year, once again this will potentially create a deficit of lithium. And whenever there is deficit, the price goes down significantly. Too much is the supply and demand curve. You guys personally see where I'm going with this, but once again, do not please spend your money based solely on this one video alone. My purpose here is to create interest, to motivate you, to show that there are some very interesting and unusual opportunities on the market. And then if you're truly interested, you should definitely go ahead and make your own research before making your investment decision and spend your money. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good weekend and see you on Monday.